right now. There are people in the US, right, who are finishing an entire day's worth of work in just 2 to 3 hours, not rushing, not skipping things, not cutting corners. They're doing the same work with the same responsibilities, but somehow they're not stuck the entire day doing it. And if your day feels full, but at the end of it, you still feel like nothing important moved forward, this might explain why. Because once you start noticing up and now where your time is actually going, you'll realize something uncomfortable. It's not that you don't have time, it's that your time is constantly being taken away in ways you don't even notice. It's Monday morning, you open your laptop, and before you even begin anything, right, you're already behind. There are emails you didn't reply to yesterday, tasks you pushed to later, deadlines that are now closer than they should be. You try to decide where to start. But everything feels equally urgent, so you pick one thing, you open a document, you stare at it, you start writing, then stop, because something else comes to mind. So you switch tabs, check something quickly, then another thing, then another, and before you realize it, an hour is gone. You were busy the whole time, but you didn't move forward, and that's the frustrating part. Not the work, but the feeling of being stuck inside it. Now imagine the same morning, the same workload, but a completely different flow. Instead of staring at a blank screen or trying to find the right words, you describe what you need. Simple, direct, and within seconds, you get a full draft. Not perfect, not final, but structured enough to remove that initial resistance. You're not starting from zero anymore. You're editing, adjusting, refining, which is faster and mentally easier. What used to take long stretches of thinking, pausing, rewriting, now becomes a shorter, clearer process. And suddenly, starting doesn't feel heavy anymore. Now think about emails again, not just reading them, but the mental effort behind them. Understanding tone, figuring out what to say, rewriting the same sentence multiple times. It's not just time consuming, it's mentally draining. Now imagine opening an email and instantly seeing a response suggestion that already understands the situation. You read it, you tweak a line, maybe adjust the tone and send. What used to take 10 to 15 minutes now takes less than a minute. And that time doesn't just disappear, it adds up. Every email, every day. For creators, the hardest part isn't editing, it's sitting down and not knowing what to create. You open your notes, you try to think of ideas. Nothing feels good enough, nothing feels clear. So you wait, you scroll, you delay. Now imagine instead, right, you start with direction. Ideas generated instantly, angles suggested, structure already built. You're not guessing anymore, you're choosing, which makes everything faster, cleaner, more consistent. Students deal with a different kind of pressure, not just time, but understanding. Long explanations, complex topics, too much information at once. Now, instead of going through everything line by line, they break it down, simplify it, turn it into something they can actually process. Less time stuck, more time understanding. Now think about someone running a small business. Everything depends on them. Every message, every post, every decision. There's no pause, no break, just constant responsibility. Now repetitive tasks start disappearing. Responses get faster, content gets created quicker, more control, less chaos. At this point, it might look like all of this is about tools, but it's not, because the tools are available to everyone. The difference is how they're being used. People who are saving time aren't asking, what can I automate? They're asking, what is wasting my time every day? And once you answer that, everything becomes clearer. AI doesn't make you faster. It removes the parts that slow you down. The pauses, the hesitation, the unnecessary steps, the repeated effort. So if your day feels full, but your progress feels slow, it might not be your workload, it might be your workflow, because the people moving faster right now aren't doing more work. They've just stopped doing it the slow way. And if you want more breakdowns like this, where we simplify what's actually working right now, subscribe. Because what you're about to see next might completely change how you approach your time. And